There's only a few days left before 2019 ends, and before we reach 2020s, I want to share the concert tickets I've collected within the decade, along with a brief story for each one. Let's go! I'm no stranger to concerts since childhood. I even had my own share of being a performer as I've been trained in classical music. Then, I became a K-pop fan in 2011, which led me to attend my first K-pop concert in 2013. I like the adrenaline K-pop concerts give, that's why 6 years later, I now have this collection. Although I started compiling them like this in 2016 when I went to more and more concerts. I did discover art in the same year. Just a bit of a disclaimer before I actually start. I'm not doing this to gloat or to show off. Like, out of all the stuff in my house, this is the most valuable for me, that if there's any emergency where I need to evacuate, this album is the first thing I'd grab. Seriously, this collection really means a lot to me, so I want to share it with you guys. Now on to my concert ticket album. On the first page, I listed down my goals as a fangirl. The date on the left is when I thought of it, and the date on the right is when I fulfilled it. Here, I've listed down the chronological order of all the events I've attended by date. I also tried to match the color of the ink to the concert's color scheme. Not gonna lie, even before I moved to Thailand from the Philippines in 2014, attending K-pop concerts has been my priority, so most of the events listed here are K-pop shows. My most recent one is Day 6 Gravity in Bangkok. My concert ticket album is divided into 6 categories, separated by color. Orange for JYP Nation, yellow for BTS, pink for non-K-pop shows, blue for various K-pop artists and joint concerts, green for EXO, and purple for Unique. These categories are arranged from most recent I've attended to oldest, and I've already mentioned that my most recent one is Day 6, and Day 6 falls under JYP Nation. Although the categories are from most recent to oldest, it's the opposite for the tickets itself. But first, let me talk about the types of tickets in Thailand. The first and most used type of ticket are these plastic tickets, which are all in the same size and thickness as a credit card. You will only be needing this to be able to enter the venue. This costs either 20 or 40 baht depending on the promoter, and it's usually added on top of your ticket price upon booking. The second type of ticket is the paper ticket. This is not often used by promoters, but if it is, there could be 2 scenarios. First, you will enter the venue using the paper ticket, and then you will be given a souvenir plastic card afterwards. The card won't have any of your details as it's already in your paper ticket, just like what you see now for my JYP Nation One Mic and Day 6 Dream in Bangkok tickets. The second scenario is that you will still use the paper ticket to enter the venue, but they won't give a souvenir plastic card. Sometimes the promoter compensates by giving a free poster instead, just like what I experienced in Mamamoo and Unique fan meetings. Now it's story time for each ticket. The first JYP Nation artist I saw is 2PM, and this is the funniest because I attended this on a whim. I was bored that day, so I searched for a local concert and apparently they're doing one, so I went there. What's funnier is that the title song they're promoting that time was Go Crazy, and I guess I really went crazy. Next is JYP Nation One Mic, a joint concert of all JYP artists when Day 6 still hasn't debuted. This also wasn't a planned concert, but at least I got to see Miss A, 2AM, 15end before they disbanded. Ever since Day 6 debuted in 2015, they're the only JYP Nation artist I attend concerts of. I really like their music, so I always make sure I choose the ticket closest to the stage and with fan benefit like high touch. So, from 2015, 16, 17, 18, and of course this year, 2019, I got to high touch them and personally tell them my messages. The first Day 6 fan meeting will always be the most special one. Well, because they were still 6 during this time. But anyway, you see my supposed queue number 329? Well, that wasn't the case for this one because we were told not to follow the queue number at the back of the ticket. And so we went to the venue as early as we can and got queue number 67 for me. Dream Concert is my most favorite one as they did improvisation based on fans' post-its. Plus, I was in a barricade so there were a lot of interactions and I even got to be in one selfie with Dawn. Live and Meet 2017 is special because they interacted with what I wrote in the Freedom Wall event in Show DC and they showed this in the VCR inside the fan meeting. Moving on to the next page and to the next set of Day 6 concerts, we have Youth in Bangkok, which is the most special, I think, because this happened exactly on Jay's birthday. So what I did was I put a HBD sticker on my phone case. That's why Jay kept glancing to our direction. High touch happened before the concert. That's why we were provided this lanyard. Then of course we have Youth in Manila and I couldn't miss it because I've been telling Jay and all of the Day 6 members to please go to Manila ever since 2015. And finally, 2018, this happened. So I of course need to attend it. And the last one in the first category is Gravity in Bangkok, which happened just 3 weeks ago. So now let's move on to the next category, which is BTS. Based on this page, I already met BTS for 14 times and all these 4 events are just from this year. Plus, I also had soundcheck with them. I drew their logo at the top, just so you know. But anyway, the first time I met BTS was in a high-touch event for the Red Bullet in Bangkok. And ISTG. The first thing that came to my mind when I met them was, why are you all so shiny? Are you all really real? Like, really, even back then until now, they are all so handsome. So these are the BTS concert tickets in Thailand for 2014 until 2017, a To Wings tour in Manila ticket, and movie tickets for Burn the Stage in 2018. So this is the first BTS concert in Thailand. Then an encore, the Red Bullet in Bangkok. So they inserted I Need You and Dope in the set list. Then Epilogue in Bangkok, the first and only time I didn't take any fancam of BTS. Now we have the Wings tour tickets. So on the first day, I got Namjoon's birthday as queue number, which is a huge thing because we really don't get to decide what our standing queue number is. On the second day, it's not that great, but anyway, the main difference between these two tickets is that on the first day, we bought it on the site that IME made, and on the second day, we bought it on Thai Ticket Major. That's why there's a difference between the two. I was really emotional in this concert because it's the first time that I heard BTS speak in Tagalog, and hopefully it's not the last time as well. So please come back to Manila. Then we have the Burn the Stage movie tickets. I watched the premiere on the 15th of November as well as on the 18th of November 2018. Moving on to the next page, I have my BTS concert and movie tickets for 2019. Starting from Love Yourself in Singapore, which is cute because it was on January 19th and I got queue number 119. So I also got a wristband from there. It was shortly followed by Love Yourself in Seoul DVD screening. And then my controversial Love Yourself in Bangkok concert tickets, which took K-ARMY's by storm. Wow! The first day, I almost got soundcheck and just missed it by 1 seat. On the second day, I won the soundcheck and what I had to do was to do another raffle draw, this time for my seat because everything is seated in Bangkok Stop. The wristband that I picked up was first seat of 6th row, and that is right beside the stage. So I was literally front row for sound check. Then we have Bring the Soul, which is a documentary of Love Yourself in US and Europe. The last one is a wild card because I did not expect to win the raffle draw to be able to buy a concert ticket for Speak Yourself the Final in Seoul. But I'm really happy I did because I finally got to check that off my list, and my first concert in Korea is BTS. So now let me just promote my masking tape agenda by BTS masking tapes. It is amazing. I also got this green wristband from Speak Yourself the Final Day 2. Moving along to the third category, the non-K-pop shows. Most of these are Western acts or shows, but there's one which is from Asia. First off, Cirque du Soleil, who performed Kidam in 2015. Then 5 Seconds of Summer. You see the blue marker over there. They actually made us go down to level 2 instead of level 4, so it's a very big bonus for me. Then Cirque du Soleil again for Toruk in 2018. Next, Westlife. Finally, I met them this year. Oh my god, they're my favorite from childhood. Then I celebrated Chuseok with National Orchestra of Korea. This was a free event, so I was able to enjoy traditional Korean music. Next, The Lion King. One of my colleagues has a relative amongst the actors, so I got complimentary tickets. Lastly, Backstreet Boys, who completed my 2019. Now, these two aren't shows, but I still put their tickets here because they fit in the pocket. So yeah, a fun run, and the Papal Mass also got tickets. The fourth category is the various artists and joint concerts. I already mentioned in the beginning that I started attending K-pop concerts in 2013. Unfortunately, I lost both 2013 tickets, so we will be starting with Super Show 6. The reason why these are in this category is because I only attended their concert once. But maybe in the future, if I attend again for their concert, they will have their own category. This Seoul Prime concert is the first and last time I met Sistar before they disbanded. 17. Oh my god, the high touch with them was extremely fast. Monsta X, well, I had a group photo with them, but it was chaotic because there were 30 of us in one picture. Infinite, this is also the last time that I saw them as 7. Ball 4, I wouldn't recommend the venue that we had because it was so small and the stage was so low. Look at how different the ticket is compared to the other tickets I've shown you. And now, one of the main reasons why my 2019 is amazing is because I finally met Mamamoo after 5 years of pining and wishing they would come to Thailand. And what's even better is that I got to be in a group photo with them. And there's a really funny story here. So you see, I was in group number 19 and I was number 1. So that means I will be the first to enter, and yeah, that is me in yellow, and so on and so forth. So there are 10 of us in a photo. The person or the girl beside me was like, "Ani, namaya po," to Wasa. Of course, my Korean sucks, but deal with it. Anyway, so Wasa heard that, and then she turned to look at me. So I think she thought it was me because I was wearing yellow and the others were like wearing white. And you know how yellow is her color for Four Seasons project, right? So she was like smiling at me and all that. And then she grabbed my right arm to move closer to her. And I was like, oh my god, yes! So that's why I got that shy kid pose and the photo, because I was really a shy kid. Like, oh my god, Wasa touched me. And like, you see, on the last kid or the last person in our photo was like so far away from Moonbyul, right? Like, okay, that is a memory that I will forever cherish. Like, first time to meet Mamamoo and we have that interaction. Excuse my voice, I still feel giddy whenever I remember that interaction. Anyway, moving on to the 5th category, EXO. So I went to the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd exoplanet of EXO. And the funniest thing about the concert ticket is that for the 1st exoplanet, there are 11 members there. But in reality, what happened was there were only 10 EXO members in the exoplanet number 1 because Luhan apparently was sick during that time, if I remember correctly. And then on this second exoplanet, there are 10 members on the ticket, but there are only 9 present in the concert in Bangkok. But fortunately, on the last one here, there are 9 members on the ticket and there are also 9 members on the concert itself. And the last category is unique. They're the most special because even if they only did one fan meeting in Bangkok, I experienced almost all of the fan benefits there is, like fan sign, press conference, group photo, high touch, and free poster. That's why even if I only met them one time, I made their own category because I had official photo when I was in fan signing with them, just like this one. You see, it's from Weibo. During press conference and group photo. Some of the members are X1 Seungyeon and the Untamed Ebo. So at the very back part of the album, I have my collection of the envelopes and a printed out ticket for Speaker Self the Final. Now we've reached the end of my concert ticket collection from 2014 to 2019. I hope you enjoyed watching this video just as much as I enjoyed reminiscing them. May we all meet our favorites and attend more concerts. Now this is a bonus part because I know not everyone watches until the end, but if you do and you are planning to attend a K-pop concert or any kind of concert in Bangkok anytime soon, please listen. In almost all the plastic tickets in Thailand, you can check whether it's authentic or not by using this flashlight, which is not your regular flashlight but actually emits ultraviolet rays. So it will not work in a paper ticket, but if you have your plastic ticket and a black light, it will show. Did you see it? One more time. Alright, so what happened is that for every plastic ticket, the promoter's name will be embedded under it or in it. I'm not sure, but yeah, it works. But again, it will not work. It doesn't work in almost all of the tickets, just like these 2 Red Bullet tickets in Bangkok. But from Epilogue, The Wings Tour, and Love Yourself, they all have it. So you know who is the promoter for each one. And sometimes they also use this to check whether your ticket is authentic or not. Now for tickets like these, it will also not work because first of all, the VIX ticket is very thin. Then for the others, sometimes it's hard to spot because it's in the middle, but sometimes they're also obvious like these 2. Alright, so again, if you're going to Bangkok anytime soon, make sure you check whether you buy authentic ticket from resellers. But I suggest do not buy from resellers unless you're really desperate and it's already sold out. But yeah, do your thing. If you enjoyed this or found this video helpful, please subscribe and hit that like button. Do drop a comment if you have any questions, and see you all in the next video.